Hello, everyone, and welcome to another one of my reading and writing diaries. Today is February 16th, and I know this because it is my birthday. Yes, and this is the 28th volume of my reading and writing diary. So we're definitely getting up there in terms of how many I've done of these. So today, I just want to give you a brief update of what I have written so far in the last month or so, because it's been about a month since I did the last one, and to give you an idea of what I'm reading as well. So I'm going to start with the reading actually first because I think it kind of gives you an idea. Well, it's where my ideas about my writing have come from. I believe I talked about this last time, and I finished it, and it was very good, very excellent book. Um, yeah, I really really liked the last one, and I felt it really affected me and influenced the way I'm thinking about my novel. And then after that, I read this, the Kathy Acker Blood and Guts in High School. And in some ways, I didn't think it was amazing, like in the sense of, I don't think it was a classic work that I will love unashamedly or unabashedly. But at the same time, it was a very exciting book to read. It made me feel that there was a lot of things that I could be doing in my writing that I'm not doing currently. And it feels very reckless and exciting and vibrant in a way that a lot of writing doesn't feel. And so, although it wasn't entirely successful for me, at times I was just kind of reading it and not very interested in it and kind of bored. Sometimes that's what experimentation does. You kind of just get taken out of the space. Um, at other times, I felt very liberated by it and just thought of things, ways in which it could affect my writing and make it better. And one of the key things I think that I really liked about it was um, there's a feeling of danger in her writing. There's a feeling like you're approaching places that are dangerous and they're exciting because they're dangerous. And I was trying to really conceive of why it was dangerous, and why a lot of the writing that I like is dangerous. And because some of her writing is dangerous because it really interacts with the body, and the body is a very well, it creates a lot of emotions in people. Um, but at the same time, I'm not a huge fan of writing essentially kind of gore. Like there's a little bit of gore in that novel, and I kind of hate gore. I kind of feel really alienated by it. Perhaps this is why it's so powerful. But at the same time, I just don't like it. Like I'm not when I sit down to relax, I don't really want to read something that's gory. You know, at the end of the day, I'm much more of a Henry James Gaylord than a Dennis Cooper Gaylord. I like things very cerebral and generally pleasant. I like things pleasant. That's what I like, and that's what I want to have in my writing. I want people to read it and to feel uh, that even though it's been powerful, that they have never felt disgusted by it. Um, and so, I was thinking about it, like what is the similarity between Henry James and Kathy Acker? And I guess for me, what I came to was this idea that they both have a sense of danger, and danger is the feeling when you give yourself up to a larger a larger feeling or idea, and you kind of let that idea carry you through a situation. So, and that's the periods that are exciting for me. When someone is not necessarily following the most logical steps in their life, but they are kind of um, they are they're giving into an idea, a way of life, and saying, "Oh, wait, this is the secret that I have been um, missing out on my entire life, and now I found it, and now this is what's leading me in my life." And it's usually a dangerous direction because that kind of giving up, kind of relinquishing of of all of our concerns and worries about life is usually a sign that we're not heading in the right direction, that we're heading in actually quite a wrong direction. But it's an exciting feeling that we all love. You know, if you've ever um, done any sort of intoxicating substances, you know that there's a certain excitement in giving up your control, and that feeling of excitement of like, oh, I found what people have always been searching for in whatever substance that you're thinking of. You know, you have that same sense of danger, and so I was like, oh, that's something that I should really be aiming for in my characters and in the way I write. So, for instance, um, you know, I was thinking previously about, I think I mentioned in my last video, this idea from Amy Adams, where she said when she's acting, she often imagines her character having a secret from all the other characters, and that the secret will never be revealed through dialogue ever, but the secret kind of animates that character in the way they act with other people. And so I think it's sometimes appropriate to think of like what animating danger animates your characters. What are they kind of throwing themselves into? What are they tempted by? How do they want to uh, in a way give up? You know, it's that sort of like, in some ways we can think of it as the death drive, the kind of desire to move away from all the petty nuances of life and move towards something that's more freeing and exciting. So that was really helpful. It's something that I am going to think about for my novel. I haven't done any writing on my novel, mainly because, well, there's been lots of reasons. I've been very busy, but I've also been working on shorter pieces. So I wrote about half of a shorter piece right now, and it's it's going well. And I really want to focus on these shorter pieces because in some ways, you know, I have, you know, I want to bring my writing, my style to a certain level. And although it was at like a good level before, a level that I felt proud of and that I felt confident in, I wanted to feel like what I was creating uh, was different and exciting. Because I think sometimes when I was, um, you know, when you're promoting your writing, sometimes you can feel embarrassed by what you've written because you realize, oh wait, it's not that exciting or different. It's just kind of the same thing, except I'm doing it, which is all very fine and acceptable. I have no problems with, you know, everyone presenting their own version of what is currently being done, um, and as long as it's enjoyable and interesting and all that. But I really did want to kind of move my writing to, I guess, a newer place, a place that I felt um, could reach kind of the exciting levels of Kathy Acker. And, you know, it's a little funny in that, like, Kathy Acker was writing around 1978, I think it was, which is the year I was born. So probably you can calculate exactly how old I am. And I've heard it before that we're naturally drawn to the culture in the year that we were born, because it, in some ways, has it's kind of always stood there at the beginning of our life and kind of impacted us, and particularly when we were children, we didn't even realize. Who knows? I don't know if that's true, but I'm very drawn to punk um, art and music of that time of the late 70s, early 80s. And, you know, when I'm writing, I often found that my writing was in no way punk, was in no way doing anything different. And I feel like as I write these shorter pieces, that my writing is moving in a direction that I feel more matches what my tastes are rather than matches what, I don't even know how to say it, matches what I can do. Yeah, I suppose that's the clearest way. So, you think of that Ira Glass thing where he talks about how our taste develops much faster than our skill level at reproducing things that can be judged with taste. And I definitely feel that. I feel that my writing needs to move to a newer, better place, and I feel like it is. And once again, not because I thought my writing was especially terrible before, but you want to feel like you can defend your writing in every which way possible. And sometimes I didn't know if I was actually feeling that I could defend every single aspect of my writing. So, anyway, I think that's essentially it in terms of what my reading and writing is. Hold on, I'm just going to get my book. Right now. And I can't find it, so very organized. But I'm reading Raziel Reid's Everything is Like the Movies. I think that's what it's called. It won the Governor General's Medal for children's literature, but it's actually like a young adults novel, and it's a queer young adults novel. And Barbara Kay of the National Post hated it, so that really put it into my good books. It's like, oh yes, if she hates it, I'm probably gonna like it. So I'm reading that right now. But at the same time, I think it's good. It's a little intense. It's like I'm all about teenage feelings. It's a little bit too much teenage feelings for me right now. And I think after it, I'm going to read something calming in 19th century because I just need something to kind of relax into. I've been reading so many intense things lately that I need something that I can kind of relax into. But other than that, I'm going to keep on trying to write. I have a reading week this week, so I'm going to be able to do at least a little bit of writing this week. So other than that, I will keep on reading and writing, and I hope you're well out there. See you soon. Bye-bye.